this is TV Pet, and this is part 3 of this winter female Shez summoning session. So she's currently up to +3, so let's continue. So with the release of the new book, the Binding Worlds characters that can be redeemed has been expanded. And so now this means that Arvel is finally eligible. So I set my lead to Arvel, of course. And I can show their kit on screen. They currently have, for Binding Worlds, they have Reposition Gate, Flare, Speed Res Discord, and Firm Canto Curb, along of course with their personal weapon and their A skill. I usually run Glacies, Lagoose Run 4, and Breath of Life 4 on them. But I figure that probably giving them a more supportive kit would be probably overall more helpful, at least right now, since they don't have their weapon refine and remix yet. And let's see. My interesting finds in this Binding Worlds so far. Let's see, my own finds have consisted of a dual Alm and Celica. They have the most basic infantry tank setup. This one does have reposition gate and gust. So yeah, pretty good. A Gotri who has a pretty good far save kit. Though sadly this one doesn't have Shield Fighter. If this one had Shield Fighter, I would be much more tempted to get him. Also found an Air, Mythic Air that is, and this one has the new, what's it called, Lookout Force skill. She's +B. Let's go.
冬祭りの使者なんて責任重大ね。道に迷わないようにしなくちゃ。贈り物が重くないかって？いいえ、もっとモテるわよ。
I love you, my wife.
雪の中を歩くのもいい鍛錬になるわ。
Yeah, this air was really fun to use. Because like I said in one of my earlier parts, I have not pulled on the Ostia banner yet, so I've not been able to try out the new C skill that Rearmed Layla has. So yeah, and then let's see. I also found a legendary Ninian with she has an okay build. This one has attack speed alarm and flared sparrow, which is fine. Alarm is nice because then it gives Ninian a Canto effect. And that way, you know, if you want to run like Wings of Mercy 4 on her. I do kind of wish she had a better B skill. I mean, even something like High Dragon Ball, which, yeah, her res isn't that great, but I mean, High Dragon Ball scores insanely high. It's like one of the highest scoring B skills for Arena, so that would have been nice for Nini to have, but oh well. And let's see, there was also a Betty that I found. Betty! Oh, thank God the luck is turning around. I was getting a bit worried there. My wife! Oh, I love you.
街が飾られてとても綺麗ね。戦場じゃ見られない光景よ。
And I did not realize that her artist was the same one who drew Fellow Lamara. Yeah, I really like the use of hues and the way the artist does texture on the clothes. It's so pretty. It's just so soft. Yeah, really good use of dynamic lighting there.
Mo, 雪が変なところに入っちゃったわ。私からの贈り物、気に入ってくれると嬉しいんだけど。
Yeah, the daddy. Oh, okay. So I get Felix back when he was an edgy schoolboy, and now I get Felix after he's become, you know, the most broken unit in Fae. At least this far. I'm not complaining. It's +7 now. Let's go.
親父殿とは血がつながっているというだけだ。ああ、嫌いだな。
Oh my gosh, I love Felix so much. He's so fun to use.
人も獣も同じ。追い詰められた者ほど手段を選ばずに向かってくる。
Well, this is great because it's +7 now, so puts me one step closer to getting the +10. So hopefully I won't have to spend that much orbs +10ing him on the let's see, we usually get a okay, for Mortis, okay. Sure. I mean, sure, I'll take it. I don't know what it is, but I seem to have really topsy-turvy luck when it comes to Leon and Mortis. Like, Leon, if you don't know, is one of my absolute #1 favorite characters from Sacred Stones. I love his character so very much. Just because of like what he goes through and how personally relatable, like what he experiences, you know, as far as like why he does what he does. But I never seem to have good luck when trying to +10 his regular versions. Like he's had like 2 summonable versions as himself, you know, not possessed. So like his summer version and his child version. And I have been trying to +10 his child version like every year. Every time the banner comes out, I throw a couple of orbs at it, trying to see if I can get copies, because he's the demon on that banner, so in theory it should be easy, right? But because he's color sharing with Tana, I always end up getting blocked by her. Like, I kid you not, like, more often than not, I throw like 25 orbs into the banner, and I get like child Tana and no Leon inside. I think my baby Leon is like +3 or +4, and I just keep getting Tanas, or I keep getting pity broken by other units. And I'm like at the point now where I'm just like giving up. I really so badly want to +10 his child version. because I mean this is Leon back when he was like his most precious and innocent self. And also because Child Leon shares his voice actor in Japanese with Arvel, if you didn't know that. So yeah, I do have Leon's regular version, his Grand Hero Battle version, plus 10, because, you know, I was able to... I got copies of him for free from various quests over the years, as well as, you know, getting the remaining copies through Grails. Although I will confess, he's like plus 10, but he's still level 1 because I haven't decided. I want to give him, skills from like Rearmed Ophelia and my Rearmed Marianne, and I haven't been able to decide what to give him. But yeah, so Leon, for whatever reason, just refuses to show up. Like, I have his duo version at plus 10. Oh my god, the agony I went through. Like, it took me, I think, like 1,000 orbs, over 1,000 orbs, just to get him to like plus 5 on his debut banner. Or maybe he was plus 6, I can't remember. I just remember I went through an obnoxious amount of orbs trying to get merges for him. And so I ended up just like waiting for him to come back on a double special heroes banner where I finished him off there. Which also took like way too many orbs. Meanwhile, like his fallen self, like Fallen Leon as well as Fomortis' regular version, like just seemed to fall into my lap. Shez-chan! Okaeri!
冬祭りの使者なんて責任重大ね。道に迷わないようにしなくちゃ。街が飾られてとても綺麗ね。戦場じゃ見られない光景よ。
Yeah, like, when, Fomortis appeared, color sharing with Golbeg on her debut banner, you know, her mythic version, I ended up getting, I think, like, 14 or 15 copies of him, and keep in mind, my Fomortis was already fairly high merge, I think it was like plus 7 or something. So I'm like, wow, thanks so much, game. I just got enough copies to plus 10 him twice over. Yay! I mean, Fomortis is hella rad, don't get me wrong. Especially with how Faye is portraying him as basically being like this overbearing demon king who is slowly becoming accustomed to the mortals. Like, it's very hilarious and kind of endearing. Yeah, but it is kind of frustrating when I'm trying to like plus 10 versions of my favorite Sacred Stones character and he just refuses to show up. I mean, I guess to be fair, for his summer version, I didn't even try to summon for him. Just because even though he's the demote on there, like, him being an infantry sword unit with no unique weapon, and I think he had a pretty mediocre stats grid, if I recall correctly, just really killed my enthusiasm. I kind of do want to summon his summer version just because his art is so pretty. but I'm also like, is it really worth throwing orbs for this? I'm kind of at the point now where if I get a +10 of one of my favorites, then I'm pretty much content with that. I'm not as keen on trying to +10 every single version of my favorite characters. The exception is if I think they're unlikely to get many ults, so it gives me enough time to save up. Oh, hello. I got another brave sword. I probably have enough copies to get this guy to like +5 or +6. I was like holding on to them for Gambit fodder, but Gambit's now kind of whatever at this point. Although I have heard it's still good for some units like Summer Male Shez, so I'm kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I run Dive Bomb on my Summer Male Shez. Like, it's so funny watching him just like warp everywhere. Man, I'm so glad Rebecca got a Resplendent. I mean, even though this is probably an unpopular opinion, I actually didn't mind Rebecca's original artwork. I know people had issues with how her eyes were drawn, but as somebody who grew up reading shoujo manga, I'm just very accustomed to characters, especially female characters, having big, sparkly eyes like that. That was just kind of like what I got used to, you know, growing up as a child, reading those kinds of stories. Yeah, but I do think she has like very, very wonderful looking resplendent art. And hey, look, she finally got a bowstring too. That was like my main issue with her base version, was that even though the pose was dynamic, the fact that she clearly had no bowstring just looked very silly. And even though I know like artists run into the trouble, you know, you want to draw a character pulling back a bow, but the bowstring more often than not will obscure the face in some way. So artists do tend to make, you know, compromises, like for example, you know, erasing or hiding parts of the bow, or not the bow, parts of the bowstring to make sure the face isn't covered up by it. But in Rebecca's old art, I think like the bowstring just outright was not there. So.
素敵な服をありがとうございます。似合いますか?
Oh, I was talking about. I got distracted by the brave Felix. That's right. I was talking about my finds in Binding World. Right. I was talking about Dedu. So there's a Dedu I found who, this one had a near safe kit. So the skills are similar to Gotchi's, but he had near save instead of far save. He did also have the new arcane, the Jotunheimer axe. You know, the one that the recent arcane axe armored lady whose name I am forgetting. Her name in Japanese was Tsuhachi, but I can't remember how you pronounce her name in English. Yeah, not a bad kit for Dedu. Yeah, it's just, again, I wish he had Shield Fighter, because that's such a stupidly broken skill. God, I hate Shield Fighter so much! Like, I cannot tell you the number of brave Edelgards I've run into that have Shield Fighter, and I just cannot kill her. I have to use either a ranged foe or a, you know, depending on like what save she's running. She's usually running near save. So in that case, I usually have to rely on my ranged units to pick her off. It's so annoying. see. Oh, I did also. I also did find a regular female Shez. Her kit looks pretty similar to what I run on mine, although this one has a special spiral 4, whereas mine usually runs, you know, Laggers from 4. Yeah. It was kind of funny because I have Arvel set as my lead, I will usually pick them up whenever Binding Worlds offers them to me, because I heard that if you pick up your lead unit, while you're if there's like specific units on your friends list that you're trying to scout out, that apparently it's better to try to pick up your own unit, because then that helps make it more likely that your friends list units will show up, if that makes sense. That's just what I heard. I don't know how true it is. Yeah, because I've been trying to keep Arvel on my Binding Worlds team as I'm going through the chambers. At one point, I picked up both the base female Shez as well as a summer female Shez. And so I was like low-key hoping I would get legendary female Shez just because then that could complete the Shez and Arvel harem. Okay, let's see. I also found a duo ninja female coring. Yeah, she's not bad. She has flared spiral and resonance. Fatal Smoke is okay. I personally probably, what would I have? I'm not sure. I think Fatal Smoke is okay. I guess for like ranged cat, I guess like odd speedway would have been nice, but then again, she doesn't have any damage reduction yet. She is due for a refine. I'm not sure when, sometime in the near future. Which could give her damage reduction and weapon. Yeah, I think I probably would have preferred odd speedway 4 on her, just because if nothing else it gives both herself speed as well as ally speed, which is always nice. Man, I keep getting all these mercenaries, but I can't. I'm trying to get the one dressed all in winter garb. And let's see. And the final unit I found who piqued my interest was a Note. Who again, she comes with like the standard infantry only tank spread. You know, Gust, the bonus doubler, distant counter, and Lago's Friend 4. This one does have the firm Canto curve instead of, you know, Breath of Life 4. Which is nice for AR defense support, because, you know, Canto control is more useful on defense teams, because, you know, it helps try to discourage hit and run strategies. Yeah, these are the finds that I've encountered in my Binding Worlds playthrough so far. I'm not really interested in picking anyone up, except for maybe the air, because I'm mostly looking for merges for my Astra and Light Mythics, especially Peony. But I either haven't found any peonies that, you know, I haven't found any peonies at all, or the ones that I do find tend to have pretty lackluster skills. But I don't think there's any point in spending one of those Binding World souls if if the unit in question doesn't have premium skills that you could use. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, speaking of resplendence, Claude is our next one. And I mean, my overall thoughts is that he got a pretty good upgrade, or art upgrade, I should say. I think it's much better than his base art, because his base art always felt too stiff and unnatural with the way the artist drew his poses, especially in his neutral and attacking artwork. Though I will say that I think his base art incorporated the more sly, wily side of his character a bit better. And the Cavalier aesthetic, I think was utilized very well with the elements of Claude's original design. Like, for example, he has like a yellow scarf that clearly was converted from his yellow cape. Oh. I think you are new. I see.
ベロニカ、小さなベロニカ。あの頃も楽しかったわね。
Oh, hi.
ここには腕利きの魔導使いが多いので学ぶことはあります。
Huh. Oh, okay. Does this do anything to my pity then? I don't know. Well, I think that will do it for this video. So thank you very much for watching. If you're summoning on this banner, I wish you the best of luck, and I hope you're able to take care of yourself and stay safe. And I will see you in part 4 of this Winter Female Shez summoning video.